It says, be not afraid to look upon the special hate relationship, for freedom lies in looking at it. Now, these are the relationships that we know are the reason why we're unhappy. These are people we don't like. These are circumstances we don't like. This may be a physical issue we don't like. It may be a political system we don't like. It may be, a terrorist organization. We have a lot of special relationships. The world would be better if this were gone. Special hate relationship. Freedom lies, it says, though, in not looking at these things, but in looking at them. But the point of looking at them is to what? So that we can ask God to reveal what he would have us see instead. We look at them so that we can move past them. We don't make them a bigger idol in our minds. So we look at our sickness, the particular thing that's going on with us. We look at it so that we might move through it, because freedom lies in looking at it. It would be impossible not to know the meaning of love except for this. For the special love relationship in which the meaning of love is hidden is undertaken solely to offset the hate, but not to let it go. Okay, so what that means is special love relationships come along as our salvation when these terrible things enter our lives. Look at this terrible thing that's happened after 9/11. It was terrorism. We had a special hate relationship with terrorism, and we were proud of ourselves as a country that we could rally around each other. You saw that special love relationship. USA, USA. We killed Osama bin Laden, the thought of special hate. And what did we do outside of the White House? USA, USA. Well, you see very, very clearly. I mean, I'm not trying to judge any of the people that did it, but we see how clearly the ego can look in both cases. That where special hate relationships seem very valid. Those special love relationships seemed equally as valid. And I'm not diminishing either one. I think we need to look at both of them. Just look at them. I might be making people irritated. I don't know. I'm just trying to say we need to look. That's what this is saying here. Because that special love relationship hides guilt. And we need to look at both of them. It's just like you say, I have a terrible, job, work, all this. I come home and, honey, it's you and me against the world. Sometimes it feels like you and me again, but I'm safe with you. Those lovely love songs, that come around like that. And it's all so wonderful until he forgets to take the trash out. What in the hell did you do that? Or he forgets to print out the DMV thing. It's funny because when we were looking at the lady at the DMV, I guess the manager who we were told to go to window 10, and we stood there and waited and waited, and she finally came up and I said, well, my husband forgot to print out, and all I had to say it was like that, print out the receipt. And she goes, oh yeah. Let me see what I can do about that. And all I had to say was it like that. Maybe she'd help me. I wasn't mad at him. I just said it in a terse way. Print out. Forgot right before that. But the point of this is those special love relationships that are supposed to be our salvation and our sanctuary, from the world, are just another way of hiding that. Now, that doesn't mean that person is not still someone you deeply love and that relationship cannot be turned into a holy relationship. Certainly it can be, but not in making it that it's just you and me against this big bad world, or me and my political party against the big bad world and that other political party, or the United States against all of the terrorist organizations that are out there. Because we do know that we did create some of the terrorist organizations that are out there. So, we've politically, we've done a lot of stuff, a lot of things out there. So we need to just look at this stuff, look at it as to what it is. And this has just given us another way of looking at it. This special love relationship, its whole purpose is to offset hate, but not to let it go. My salvation, while I still hate you out here, I have this place, I have this port in the storm, this safety, okay? Line 4 then, the first paragraph. Your salvation will rise clearly before your open eyes as you look on this. You cannot limit hate. The special love relationship will not offset it, but will merely drive it underground and out of sight. While I'm happy at home with you or in my sanctuary of work or whatever it may be, I don't have to think about that. I'll just turn off that nasty news and I won't have to think about it. Don't give me a newspaper. I don't want to think about it. You know, and I'm not saying you have to read the news, but if what we are doing is not watching it or not reading it because it makes us mad, well, we're going to have to deal with the anger. Because it's going to come out some other way. We're going to have to deal with the anger. Doesn't mean you have to turn on the TV, doesn't mean you have to read the newspaper. But you're going to have to deal with the anger that all of those things represent, because everything is simply a symbol, and that's what this is talking about. It is essential to bring it into sight and to make no attempt to hide it. For it is the attempt to balance hate with love that makes love meaningless to you. The extent of the split that lies in this you do not realize. Ooh. And until you do, the split will remain unrecognized and therefore unhealed. So what I just brought out tonight, you might just go, I do that a lot. So a lot of this may come out because we sometimes think it's okay to have these special things, places to go that protect us from those big bad places. And I'm not saying you can't go on a vacation and have a little sanctuary, or in your home, maybe you've made your little sanctuary, my place of sanctuary. But again, the things that we're running away from, we need to look clearly at too. And as our workbook lesson said, I love it, look at it and say, Father, reveal what you would have me see instead in this. So I'm not pushing this away. I'm looking clearly at it. Doesn't mean then I have to go and sit with that political party or go have a détente with ISIL or ISIS or, you know, go to the other side of whatever political party I like and sit down with them. I don't have to do that. I'm just asked to look at these things and release my anger by allowing him into my mind. Show me. Reveal to me what you see here, or my fear about these circumstances or situations.